In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on February 9th, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Atlanta Hawks versus Philadelphia 76ers. The upcoming matchup features the Atlanta Hawks facing off against the Philadelphia 76ers in a conference showdown set for Friday evening. Notably, the Hawks experienced a road defeat against the Celtics on Wednesday, while the 76ers faced a home loss to the Warriors in their most recent contest. Currently, the 76ers hold a 2-1 lead in the season series between the two teams. As of late, the Atlanta Hawks find themselves in a challenging stretch, having lost 6 of their last 10 games overall. Eager to break a 2-game losing streak after falling to the Celtics in a 125-117 road contest on Wednesday, the Hawks witnessed Saddiq Bey leading the team in scoring with 25 points. Despite a decent start, shooting 42% from the field and 13 of 41 from beyond the arc, the Hawks faced a turning point in the fourth quarter when the Celtics initiated a 7-0 run, pulling away from their grasp. On the flip side, the Philadelphia 76ers are navigating a significant slump, dropping 7 of their last 8 games. Aiming to halt a 3-game skid, they suffered a 127-104 loss against the Warriors on Wednesday. Ricky Council stepped up off the bench with 17 points, but defensive lapses, particularly in the second and third quarters, led to a disappointing outcome for the 76ers. For the impending game, uncertainties surround the Hawks lineup, with DeJounte Murray listed as questionable. Meanwhile, the 76ers continue to miss key players, including Nicholas Batum, Joel Embiid, and Robert Covington. The absence of these pivotal figures adds an additional layer of complexity to the matchup. Recent developments indicate that Bogdan Bogdanovic may step in again for Murray, signaling a potential absence for Murray before the trade deadline on Thursday. Both teams are expected to have new faces following the deadline, though these changes won't impact the Friday game. The Hawks have showcased solidity with a 4-2 record in their last 6 games, including victories against formidable opponents like the Suns and Warriors. Conversely, the 76ers are struggling, having lost 7 of their last 8 games. Furthermore, the Hawks have demonstrated offensive prowess, scoring at least 129 points in 4 of their last 5 games. In contrast, the 76ers are grappling with offensive challenges, averaging only 112 points in their last 5 games, notably below their season average of 118.5 points. Despite the Hawks not being in peak form recently, their competitive performance against the Celtics suggests they could capitalize on the 76ers' struggles. The 76ers, mired in their worst slump of the season, make it challenging to confidently support either side at this moment. However, considering the 76ers' recent poor form, the Atlanta Hawks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In their previous encounter last month, the Hawks managed to score 124 points before overtime against the 76ers. The 76ers' recent defensive struggles, conceding at least 118 points in 4 of their last 5 games, create a favorable context for the Hawks to exploit. Additionally, the 76ers have consistently found success against the Hawks' defense, scoring at least 125 points in all 3 meetings this season. The Hawks' preference for high-scoring affairs, ranking 4th in pace and residing at the bottom of defensive categories, aligns with the potential for an offensive showdown. Notably, the over has hit in 4 of the 76ers' last 5 games against conference opponents. Throughout the season, the Atlanta Hawks have adopted an offensive-minded approach, scoring prolifically while struggling defensively, reflected in their 22-29 record heading into the trade deadline. With a high pace, the Hawks are expected to push the tempo against a struggling Sixers team missing Joel Embiid. Conversely, the 76ers, no longer the defensive force they once were, are likely to face challenges against the Hawks, who are poised to score around 120 points. Anticipating a high-scoring affair, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington Wizards vs. Boston Celtics. On Friday night, the Washington Wizards are set to face the Boston Celtics, who currently hold the top spot in the Eastern Conference. The Wizards, with a record of 9-41, find themselves near the bottom of the NBA standings, undergoing a rebuilding phase initiated in the summer with the departure of several key players, including all-star guard Bradley Beal. In contrast, the Celtics boast the best record in the league at 39-12 and have demonstrated dominance on their home court, losing only 3 games this season. The Wizards' recent performance has been lackluster, losing 10 of their last 12 games. Eager to break a 4-game losing streak, they faced a setback with a 114-106 defeat against the Cavaliers, despite a noteworthy performance by Kyle Kuzma, who scored 28 points. The team managed to stay competitive, shooting 44% from the field and 16 of 40 from beyond the arc. However, they faltered in the fourth quarter, allowing the Cavaliers' Donovan Mitchell to score 40 points, ultimately leading to their defeat. The Wizards face an uphill battle as they strive to improve their standing in the league. In contrast, the Boston Celtics are riding high with a 39-12 record, winning 9 of their last 12 games. In their latest victory against the Hawks, they secured a 125-117 win, with Kristaps Porzingis leading the charge with 31 points. The Celtics showcased their offensive prowess, shooting 52% from the field and 17 of 49 from the three-point line. Despite facing a resilient Hawks team, the Celtics managed to secure the win with a crucial 7-0 run in the fourth quarter, maintaining their impressive 24-3 home record. The Wizards will face the Celtics with a depleted roster, missing key players like Marvin Bagley and Isaiah Livers. On the other side, the Celtics are monitoring the health of Jason Tatum, listed as questionable with an illness. The Celtics, geared up for a strong playoff push, enter the game well rested after a night off, potentially at full strength on Friday night. The Wizards, on the other hand, are likely looking ahead to another offseason of significant changes. The Celtics present a formidable challenge for the Wizards as they boast a high-scoring offense and the league's top record. The Wizards, ranking last in points allowed, struggle to match up against the Celtics' offensive firepower. In their previous encounter in October, the Celtics secured a convincing 126-107 victory, highlighting their ability to outscore and out-rebound the Wizards. With a 24-3 home record, the Celtics are favored in this matchup, having gone 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games against the Wizards. Despite the Wizards showing signs of improvement in their recent narrow loss to the Cavaliers, replicating that effort against the Celtics, especially on their home court, poses a significant challenge. The Celtics, having already defeated the Wizards convincingly this season, are poised for another dominant performance. Therefore, the Boston Celtics to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In recent games, the Celtics have shown a slight lapse in defensive efficiency, conceding 110 or more points in 7 of their last 10 games. The Wizards, ranking last in the league in points allowed, face a tough defensive challenge against the Celtics, who are among the top 5 in scoring offense this season. Boston has been scoring over 118 points per game in their last 10 outings, emphasizing their offensive prowess. With expectations of a high-paced, high-scoring game on Friday night in Boston, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston Rockets vs. Toronto Raptors. On the upcoming Thursday night, the Houston Rockets are set to embark on a road journey to Scotiabank Arena for a challenging matchup against the Toronto Raptors. A recent defeat to the Indiana Pacers marked the Rockets' previous game, while the Raptors secured a victory against the Charlotte Hornets. The Houston Rockets find themselves in a challenging phase, having lost 6 out of their last 9 games. Their aspiration is to break free from a 2-game losing streak following a 132-129 defeat against the Pacers on the road. Jalen Green emerged as the leading scorer with an impressive 30 points, supported by Dillon Brooks with 23 points, and Jabari Smith Jr. and Alperen Sengun contributing 20 points each. Despite an initial display of dominance with a 10-point lead at halftime, the Rockets faltered in the third quarter, succumbing to a 38-24-point differential. Contrastingly, the Toronto Raptors have faced their share of struggles, dropping 8 of their last 10 games. However, they aim to establish momentum after ending a 3-game losing streak with a 123-117 triumph over the Hornets on the road. R.J. Barrett spearheaded the Raptors' offensive efforts with 23 points, complemented by Scotty Barnes and Emmanuel Quickley, each contributing 18 points. Dennis Schroeder made a significant impact off the bench with 16 points and 5 assists. Despite an initial 15-point deficit, the Raptors orchestrated a comeback in the fourth quarter, outscoring the Hornets by 32-20. In terms of player availability, the Rockets will face a shortage once again with Fred VanVleet and Tari Eason remaining sidelined. On the other side, the Raptors are monitoring Jonte Porter's status, who is listed as questionable due to lower back soreness. Notably, the Rockets dominated their previous encounter on February 2nd, defeating the Raptors 135-106 with a notable 59.1% shooting and a substantial 84-54 advantage in points in the paint, along with winning the rebounding battle 49-37. However, a similar outcome is not anticipated in Toronto. The Rockets approach Friday's game without their captain, VanVleet, leaving the youthful roster of H-Town in a precarious position against a still talented Toronto team. Despite recent departures, the Raptors have fortified their roster by retaining Bruce Brown and adding Kelly Olynyk and Ochai Agbaji to their core. The Rockets, struggling in their past 9 games, aim to rebound from a close loss to the Pacers, while the Raptors secured a win after a period of inconsistent performances. The Rockets showcased promise in their last game, with Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks combining for 53 points. While the availability of Olynyk and Agbaji remains uncertain, Toronto is expected to possess sufficient talent to contend with Houston's struggling offense, currently ranked 21st in offensive rating. In a matchup between 12th-place teams, the Toronto Raptors to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Under the guidance of new head coach Ime Udoka, the Houston Rockets have displayed improvement on the defensive end, ranking 7th in defensive rating, a significant shift from their 29th position at the end of the previous season. However, offensive challenges persist, as they currently stand 24th in field goal percentage and 26th in three-point shooting percentage. Toronto, undergoing changes, is expected to exert effort at home with new additions to their roster. Both teams might encounter difficulties in scoring, as evidenced by the total going under in the last 5 games at Scotiabank Arena. Analyzing the Rockets' offensive performance, they rank 26th in effective field goal percentage, with specific weaknesses in rim field goal percentage, mid-range field goal percentage, and three-point percentage. The absence of their key player for the upcoming game raises doubts about a high-scoring performance from the youthful roster, especially after challenging road games. The Raptors, having faced the Rockets recently and still remembering a 29-point loss, will likely emphasize rim defense in the rematch, aiming to avoid a repetition of the previous game's 84 points in the paint by the Rockets. With various player movements and the potential limited minutes for new acquisitions Olynyk and Agbaji, the Raptors' rotation might face challenges. This puts additional pressure on Barnes, Barrett, and quickly leading to an increased volume of shot attempts. Houston's solid perimeter defense, ranking 12th, and opponent rim field goal percentage standing, further complicate the scoring prospects for the home team. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.